Hey guys, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. This video is part of a series about using digital builders. The previous two have been about digital designers specifically, and in the last one we looked at importing official LEGO models to the builder. This video is a similar kind of review topic discussion, but we're going to look at opening official models with a different builder called Studio. So if you're not familiar with Studio, it is a digital builder that is now owned by the LEGO Group, but was originally put out by Bricklink, which was an independent, and it was supported. It's still supported, and it's still doing pretty good. I'd actually recommend Studio over Digital Designer, but if you're just getting started, LDD can be easier to use. But if you are not familiar with using Studio, go ahead and look at our tutorial for that program. But if you kind of know what it is and you're looking for a way to import official LEGO sets, then this is where you want to start. Similar to the Eurobricks site, where there is a whole database of LXF files of official sets, those are the type of files that you can load into Digital Designer. There is another fan site called Pascal's Bricks, where you can load in official sets in the Studio file type. So just showing by example here, let's choose this Mini Cooper S Rally, and that will open up this specific one. This is just a partial set. So part of the reason I want to look at this first is because you're able to download and open with Studio a partial set. So it's going to give you this download link here, and currently this is free, I believe. So let's see if I can do this. Yeah, pretty easy. I'm going to put it in this community folder like I did for the other ones, and this time we see it's saving it as an IO file, which is the kind of file that can be opened by Studio. So I'll just leave that default name in there and save it. And now let's go over to Studio and open this up with our import model. Go back to that file location that I've saved it in, and this is the one that we want to do. The thumbnail here, this Studio file type. So you can open, I think you can open LXF files with Studio, but this is already ready to go. And it will load this all the way in here, and yeah, there you have it. The 1967 Mini Cooper little car build. We'll go ahead and reset the origin here just so that we can see it a little clearer. And basically this is the same thing that we looked at in the previous video, opening sets with Digital Designer and being able to modify it. That got a little bit more difficult when we were looking at recent sets, especially within the last 5 years. There's pieces being used that are not available in LDD, but are available in Studio as a supported software. And so we can actually do the same thing with Studio that we were looking at doing with LDD, where we actually now have these newer elements to use and to work with. So really great for that. A little bit more discussion about actually loading in multiple models and using those together in the previous video. Another thing I want to mention here really quick, and we'll keep this one shorter, is a really useful tool in Studio where you can actually load in official sets. It's all built into the program. So 10270, this is our bookstore. It will give you a little preview here. You can choose to include minifig pieces and extra pieces. I think I'll include just the minifigs this time, but if you remember from the previous video, or if you didn't watch it, the problem that we ran into was there's so many new elements and colors in this set, specifically the Bookshop, that LDD ran into 377 errors loading that model in, and it just kicked those pieces out of the model. So we ended up with something that wasn't really usable in LDD format, but now that we're here in Studio, it's going to take a minute to load up. There's 2,500 pieces. Now that we're here in Studio, we have these capabilities. We have these elements able to be used, and hopefully it will all load up correctly for us. Just really thinking. Following parts failed to import. Interesting. So still a few errors here. Probably something that the Bricklink team is still working through, but let's see what we've got. Okay. So what it's done is loaded in all the elements as a palette. So if you opened up the box for the Bookshop and sorted out all the pieces by brick type and color on your table, maybe they would look something like this if you were really OCD. This is actually really cool. I didn't think it would do this, but really interesting to look through here. And you can see exactly how many pieces in each color and type are available in the Bookshop. Let's just clear all of these out. Return to our little square. Let's try this again with a smaller set. Which set is this from? 75894. Let's try that. Import official Lego set 75894. Loading the Mini Cooper S Rally. Import in scene as palette. Let's try the in scene option. No, it's loading them all up as spread out again. All right, a little bit more manageable this time. Yeah, this is really interesting. I guess if you really like building sets digitally, this would be something to consider. But if you're looking to import a completed set and modify that, I think this website is going to be the place you want to go, because that seems like it worked pretty well to just load in this little Mini Cooper car. Let's go back. And the way that he's got this set up is these are completed studio models, and so it's already saving all this information of the completed model instead of all of the part information, which is, I think, what's going on when you want to import an official Lego set. So this option is really cool, but just keep in mind that's going to load in all of the individual pieces instead of the completed built model. So if you're after that complete already built up model, let's just load up the Bookshop. And the benefit to this website is if you want to split sets that do have different components, that's already been done. So if you want just the Bookshop loaded into Studio, then it looks like that's already been split up. It's going to save it as a zip archive, so we'll have to open this up. Here's the Studio file right here. Extract that to my folder, and now let's try opening just that. Import model Bookshop. Let's see how this goes. Way better than the other option that we looked at the first time. In fact, I think we can go in here. We'll have to split. Open this up. Can we edit? Step 1. Wow, this is really well done. All of these floors are in their own section. Step 2. I think step 2 is all together here. Let's just select all these pieces. I just want to put this tree in where it goes so that it looks official. Can we rotate this? There we go. I forgot I set it to my keyboard ASWD instead of my arrow keys. Alright, so this tree needs to be facing this way, I believe. And it's kind of spazzing out. We should be able to place it in the planter like so. And let's just rotate these little branches while we're at it. Right there. And right there. So again, if you're not as familiar with Studio and making your way around this program, I do encourage you to go find a tutorial about it. There's plenty on YouTube, and we've done our own here on Brick System Brothers. So really get a little bit more familiar with the program before you try to use these import features and just loading full models in, especially if you've never used it before. But pretty straightforward from this fan site here, Pascal's Bricks. So I will put the link to the main page. This page right here is what I will link to down in the description, and I think from here you can search from a specific set and find. This is definitely not complete, but seems like there are plenty of options to choose from. And again, this video just stemming off of the previous one where we're looking at doing this in Digital Designer, which works pretty well with older sets, but newer models like the Bookshop running into a lot of issues with more recent pieces, like some of these snot bricks and curved tiles and that, not available in Digital Designer. Alternative here would be to open it up and edit it in Studio. So doing the same thing here with a different tool. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this is helpful for the LEGO community, and you're able to use this to create MOCs or modifications. I know for putting stuff on Rebrickable, a lot of people like to add modifications to official LEGO sets and have that out there for the community. So good place to start using these kind of tools for that. And we'll see you guys next time on Brick System Brothers.